Today I wanted to introduce you to possibly the easiest way to speed up your Lightroom performance, and that is the humble thing, well I say humble, called a Smart Preview. Now a lot of people don't actually know how to use these, but I find them infinitely useful in all of my work. As you can see over here, I've got Smart Previews and Original Previews rendered, and as you can see when I switch over into the Develop module, it's instant. Absolutely no delay whatsoever, and that's brilliant, that's really useful. Switching back over, you can see that any adjustment I make is also instant, there's no delay whatsoever. Now what Smart Preview is a really good way of essentially giving your computer less work. A Smart Preview is a compressed, smaller version of your original image, and it also has the added benefit of being able to work without the original files. So say you have a laptop and you store all your images on an external disk, you can render a Smart Preview and you can just use that without the external hard disk being plugged in to make edits, and then when your hard disk is plugged back in, it updates all the information with the original image. It's really useful. Now I did show you briefly before how to do this, but I'll show you again. You go into Library and then you go down to Previews and you can hit Build Smart Previews. As you can see, I've got this little handy dandy keyboard shortcut set up just because I do this such a lot, but another thing you can do is go into Import and you can actually set the previews to be rendered when you first import images, which I think is really useful. It takes a couple of seconds, but once you've done it, you don't need to do it again and you're good to go. In order to actually use them for editing, you go over into your preferences and into performance and enable this option to use Smart Previews instead of Original for editing. Whilst you're doing that, you might as well head over into the file handling section and change the camera raw cache settings up to 50 gigabytes, because the more cache you have, the smoother your Lightroom will run because it doesn't have to regenerate files. You also want to head over into catalog settings and change your preview cache here. You want to change this option to the horizontal width of your monitor in pixels, and this option down to low. There's actually no difference in quality visually that I can tell, so for the little bit of extra performance I think it's worth doing. Now as you can see, I just wanted to quickly demonstrate that I can scroll quite a long way back in my images and just pick something, this one for instance, and I can jump over into Develop, and as you can see it still springs up immediately, and any change that I want to make to an image is immediate as well. It's really very useful, can't recommend it anymore.